Hi friends, this is my video number 3 of the securities market under investment analysis and portfolio management, and today we will discuss about secondary equity market. Uh, we can call it as a stock market also. The origin of stock market in India goes back to the end of the 18th century when long-term negotiable securities was first issued. However, for all practical purposes, the real beginning occurred in the middle of the 19th century after the enactment of the Companies Act in 1850, which introduced the feature of limited liability and generated investor interest in the corporate securities. An important early event in the development of the stock market in India was the formation of the Native Share and Stockbrokers Association at the Bombay in 1875, the precursor of the present-day Bombay Stock Exchange. This was followed by the formation of association or exchanges in Ahmedabad in 1984, Calcutta in 1908, and in Madras in 1937. In addition, a large number of ephemeral exchanges emerged mainly in buoyant periods only to recede into oblivion during depressing times subsequently. In order to check such aberrations and promote a more orderly development of the stock market, the central government introduced a legislation called the Securities Exchange Securities Contracts Regulation Act 1956. Under this legislation, it is mandatory on the part of a stock exchange to seek government recognition. As of October 2007, there were 23 stock exchanges recognized by the central government. They are located at Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Baroda, Bhubaneswar, Calcutta, Chennai, which is called the Madras Stock Exchange, Cochin, Coimbatore, Delhi, Guwahati, Hyderabad, Indore, Jaipur, Kanpur, Ludhiana, Mangalore, Mumbai, where the Bombay Stock Exchange is there, and National Stock Exchange is also situated in Mumbai as well as the over-the-counter exchange of India. The Interconnected Stock Exchange of India is also in Mumbai, Patna, Pune, and Rajkot. The most important development in the Indian stock market was the establishment of the National Stock Exchange in 1994. Within a short period, it emerged as a largest stock exchange in the country, surging ahead of the Bombay Stock Exchange, which is historically the dominant stock exchange in India. The National Stock Exchange has cast its shadow over most of the regional stock exchanges, jeopardizing their very existence. In a bid to survive, the regional stock exchange have set up subsidiaries which in turn have become institutional members of NSE as well as BSE. For example, the Bangalore Stock Exchange has set up a subsidiary called the BGSE Financial Services Limited, which is an institutional member of NSE as well as BSE. Member of the Bangalore Stock Exchange can trade on NSE as well as BSE through the BGSE Financial Services Limited. At present, NSE and BSE account for almost 100% of the total turnover on the Indian stock market thanks to the three factors: advent of automated trading and the nationwide reach of NSE and BSE, introduction of common rolling settlement system, and abolition of regional listing requirement. Since the National Stock Exchange and the Bombay Stock Exchange loom large over the Indian stock market, it may be instructive to learn about their distinctive features. Now we will discuss about National Stock Exchange. It is inaugurated in 1994. National stock exchanges seek seek to establish a nationwide trading facility for equities, debt, and hybrids, facilitate equal access to investors across the country, impart fairness, efficiency, and transparency to transactions in securities, shorten settlement cycle, and the last, meet international securities market standards. The distinctive features of NSE as its functions currently are as follows. The NSE is a ringless national computerized exchange. The NSE has two segments, the capital market segments and the wholesale debt market segments. The capital market segments covers equities, convertible debentures and retail trade in non-convertible debentures. The wholesale debt market segment is a market for high value transaction in government securities, PSU bond, commercial papers and other debt instruments. The trading members in the capital market segment are connected to the central computer in Mumbai through a satellite link up using VSAT. That the abbreviation for VSAT is very small aperture terminals. Incidentally, NSE is the first exchange in the world to employ the satellite technology. This enabled NSE to achieve a nationwide reach. The trading members in the wholesale debt market segment are linked through the dedicated high-speed lines to the central computer at Mumbai. The NSE has opted for an order-driven system. When an order is placed by a trading member, the computer automatically generates a unique order number and a member can take a print of order confirmation slip containing this number. When a trade takes place, a trade confirmation slip is printed at the trading member workstation. It gives details like quantity, price, code number of counterparty and so on. The identity of the trading member is not revealed to others when he places an order or when his pending orders are displayed. Hence, a large order can be placed on the NSE. Members are required to deliver securities and cash by a certain day. The payout day is the following day. All the trades on NSE are guaranteed by the National Securities Clearing Corporation, which is called as NSCC. This means that when A buys from B, NSCC becomes the counterparty to both legs of the transaction. In effect, NSCC becomes the seller to the A and buyer from the B. This eliminates counterparty risk. Now we will discuss about Bombay Stock Exchange. The Bombay Stock Exchange is established in 1875. The Bombay Stock Exchange or BSE is one of the oldest organized stock exchanges in the world with a long, colorful and checkered history. Its distinctive features are as follows. The BSE switched from the open outcry system to the screen-based system in 95, which is called as BOLT. BOLT is which is an acronym for BSE Online Trading. It accelerated its computerization program in response to the threat from the NSE. To begin with, BOLT was a code-driven as well as order-driven system, with jobbers, that is specialists, feeding two-way codes and brokers feeding buy or sell orders. The hybrid systems reflected the historical practice of the BSE where jobbers played an important role. A jobber is a broker who trades on his own account and hence offers a two-way quote or a bid-ask quote. The bid price reflects the price at which the jobber is willing to buy and ask price represents the price at which the jobber is willing to sell. From August 13, 2001, however, BSE like NSE became a completely order-driven market. In October 1996, SEBI permitted BSE to extend its bold network outside Mumbai. In 2002, the subsidiary companies of the 13 regional exchanges became members of BSE, and through them members of regional exchanges now serve as a sub-brokers of BSE. This has expanded the reach of BSE considerably. Now we will see something about demutualization. Keen competition amongst the stock exchange all over the world has been reshaping their organization. Till the early 90s, almost all stock exchanges were mutual ventures owned cooperatively by members who enjoy trading privileges. In general, the owners or the members did not have much incentive to modernize the exchanges, as more efficient trading could diminish their profits. From 1993 onwards, a number of smaller exchanges resorted to demutualization. They transformed themselves into profit-making companies and issued shares to outsiders, with shareholders expecting profits. The stock exchanges have a stronger incentive to offer new products and services, increase trading volumes, and reduce costs. The idea of demutualization was gradually accepted by bigger exchanges like the London Stock Exchange, Nasdaq, Tokyo Stock Exchange, and the New York Stock Exchange. The phenomenal success of the National Stock Exchange, which was started ab initio as the profit-oriented company promoted by institutional investors, provided the stimulus for demutualization of stock exchange in India. Indeed, SEBI has now mandated that all the stock exchange in India should be demutualized. Now we will see about trading and settlement in our next video. So thank you guys. If you enjoyed my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel.